The black moon did not rise the night everything ended. It listened. It listened as Ravenshade trembled beneath a sky that pulsed like a living wound. It listened as fate drew its final breath and chose its legacy. And it listened most of all to Elena, the girl who no longer belonged to the world she was about to save. That was the night I understood the black moon had never needed me. It had been waiting for her. The air over Ravenshade felt wrong. Not heavy, not violent, expectant. Torches burned low along the keep walls, their flames bending as though the night leaned inward to hear. Villagers stood silent in the courtyards, eyes fixed on the sky where faint red light pulsed behind clouds that refused to move. Elena stood beside me, her posture calm, her breath steady. The mark on her wrist no longer flickered. It glowed, constant, deliberate. "They will come tonight," she said. "Yes," I answered. I did not ask how she knew. I felt it too, though differently. Where the black moon pressed against her like a pulse in the blood, it pressed against me like a distant memory, a reminder that my role was no longer command, but witness. She looked at her hand. "I can feel him," she murmured. "Morvane. Not fear, recognition. And her," she added, "Valoria." The wind shifted. Fog rolled across the valley in slow, disciplined waves. Nothing wild about it, nothing accidental. The gates creaked open as shadows parted, and from the mist stepped two figures who no longer bothered with secrecy. Morvane walked first. He was magnificent in his ruin. The black moon's echo had reforged him into something towering and precise. Dark armor clung to him like a second skin, etched with moving lines of power that pulsed in rhythm with Elena's mark. Behind him came Valoria. She did not hurry, she did not threaten, she watched, and she smiled. "So this is what the moon has chosen," Valoria thought. She studied Elena not as prey, nor even as a weapon, but as an answer to a question she had spent her entire existence asking. Power without devotion, legacy without obedience. Fascinating. The Eclipse Order had preserved knowledge for generations, guarded prophecy, worshipped patience. Others sought to wield the black moon, others tried to command it. Valoria intended something greater. She intended to outlive it. And Elena, unshaped, unbound, was the key. Morvane advanced, confidence radiating from him like heat. "Elena," he called, voice resonant and sure. "Do you feel it? The moon recognizes you." She did not step back. She stepped forward. The moment she crossed the threshold of the courtyard, the air changed. Morvane struck. His blow, fast, brutal, passed straight through her, not illusion, rejection. The power recoiled as if the moon itself refused him. Morvane staggered, shock cracking his composure. "What?" Elena raised her hand. The mark flared, and the black moon answered her fully for the first time. Light surged, not blinding, not wild, but controlled, ancient, vast. It wrapped around her like a mantle, bending shadow into submission. "You cannot touch me," she said calmly. "Not anymore." Morvane roared and attacked again. Again the power failed him. He was strong. She was chosen. I did not move. For the first time in battles uncounted, I understood that stepping forward would be a mistake. This was not my war. This was inheritance. Elena stood alone in the courtyard, the black moon's power responding to her thoughts, her will, her restraint. Every strike she delivered reshaped the space between them, forcing Morvane back inch by inch. He howled in fury. "You belong to me." "No," she replied. "I belong to myself." The words struck deeper than any blow. Morvane gathered everything he had left: shadow, force, desperation. He hurled it at her in one final attempt to overwhelm her will. Elena closed her eyes and let the moon in. The surge was colossal. The courtyard cracked. Towers shuddered. The sky darkened as red light poured downward, threading through her veins, her breath, her heart. She did not scream. She did not falter. She reached out and took Morvane's power from him. He collapsed, screaming as the echo that sustained him tore free, unraveling him from the inside out. The black moon judged, and Morvane was found wanting. When the light faded, nothing remained of him. No shadow, no echo, only silence. Valoria applauded once, slowly. "Extraordinary," she said softly. "You've done what none before you could." Elena turned toward her. Valoria raised a hand, not in attack, but in offering. "You fear what you are becoming," she said. "You should. Power always demands a shape." She struck then, not at Elena's body, but at her doubt. For a moment, Elena staggered. I felt the bond strain. Valoria smiled. Elena inhaled and remembered Ravenshade, the people, the children she had saved, the choice she had already made. She broke Valoria's hold, not with force, but with refusal. Light surged outward, throwing Valoria back across the courtyard, pinning her against shattered stone. Elena stood over her, shaking, not from weakness but restraint. "I could end you," Elena said. Valoria looked up at her, eyes bright with something dangerously close to admiration. "Yes," she replied, "and if you do, the moon will claim you entirely." Elena stepped back. "No," she released her. Valoria vanished into mist, wounded but smiling. Soon, she thought. Very soon. Ravenshade stood, damaged, alive. Elena did not look victorious. She looked aware. The mark on her wrist glowed steadily, heavier now, deeper. "I can't stay," she said quietly. I nodded. "You shouldn't." "I don't know what I'll become when the moon fully wakes," she replied. She turned to me, eyes shining with unshed tears. "Thank you," she said, "for standing when I couldn't." She stepped closer, kissed me, brief, trembling, honest. "I will come back," she whispered, "when I understand myself." I did not answer. Some promises must be carried in silence. I watched her walk away into the darkened valley. The black moon pulsed faintly overhead, waiting, learning, choosing, and I stood alone, not as ruler, not as monster, but as witness to a legacy that would one day return. The moon did not rise, but it did not sleep, and neither, I knew, would the world.